All right, folks, I just got out of my second location of the exchange and I scored big at this place. Resale rides. Well, ladies and gents, on the itinerary for today will be a nice lengthy video game resale ride in Indianapolis. I'm going to be heading to Illinois to spend a couple days with my grandma and my folks. And on the way, you know I'm going to be stopping along and picking up some video game inventory to resell on Amazon and eBay. I have 7 spots already mapped out that are non-GameStop video game stores in the Indianapolis area. I'm gonna try to go to as many as I can. It kind of depends partly on how long each stop takes, how much inventory each place has, but I've done a lot of homework ahead of time in hopes that I can maximize my time. So not only do I have a map on my phone marked with the locations and addresses and hours of all those video game stores, but yesterday I actually called each one of them and asked what kind of inventory they have, and I made a note of it, whether they have a good number of consoles or handhelds or things like that. So some of the items I'm going to be looking for most today are like Wii U's have been selling really well, PlayStation 3s I'm going to be looking for, PS3 Move controllers I'm going to be looking for. Those have been actually increasingly hard to come by. I'm going to keep my eye out for little other accessories like different kinds of controllers or like expansion packs I've been picking up for the N64. I also have a slowly growing game bolo list that I'm going to be keeping an eye out for, just including some games that are like artificially spiked right now, like some wrestling titles or maybe some copies of Animal Crossing, but that is going back down slowly. Probably the single biggest thing I'm really hoping to find a few of today are handhelds. 3DSs in particular are doing really well for me, maybe some SPs. But if I could come away from today with, you know, a couple new 3DS XLs, I would be tickled because those are selling super well on Amazon for me right now. I think I've sold maybe 4 or 5 in the past month or so for like $250 plus. So the reason I'm getting a little bit of a late start today, it's already 8:30. Normally I would have liked to be like halfway there already. Is that yesterday my check engine light, of course, came on right before a big trip that I'm about to take. So I'm waiting on them to call me back from the maintenance shop right now. It shouldn't be very long. I'm going to go pick up the actual car that I'm going to take, the Prius, and then we're going to get on the road. Well, folks, it's been a long journey, but we have arrived. Already got done in that Disc Traders. I really liked that store. It was well laid out. They had a lot of stock and I got a good amount of stuff. Ended up spending, I think, $700 there. So really solid stop. Got a good number of games, not too many consoles, but I will show you guys at the next stop everything that I got. Alrighty, so here is the haul from my first stop. The first thing I spotted was this PlayStation 3 Super Slim. This is a 250 gig, but it has the original controller, so that was a good buy at $105. Then I got a Wii system. This was $60, a little bit cheaper than they were at Game Exchange. I just have a few copies of Wii Sports right now that I need to pair with a system, and I should be able to get well over $100 after fees for bundling those together. And those were the only systems I got, but I got a good number of games here, as you can see. Also picked up this set of Joy-Cons. Joy-Cons are doing really well on Amazon right now. A lot of them are selling for over $100, and this is a rarer color. They seem to be in good shape with the sliders and everything, so at 60 bucks, I decided to pick them up. I sold my last pair of gray ones that were in this condition for like 115 bucks before fees, so figured I would pull the trigger on those. Got a couple of these Borderlands triple packs. These were, I think, going for like 35 or something, a solid double up, maybe over 40 after fees on Amazon. I've told you guys before, special editions are really good things to look out for. Paid a $2 on this guy, and it was going for like 40 or something on Amazon, probably spiked because of the documentary recently. Picked up a few more copies of 2K16. Those will be about a double up after fees at $8. Then I actually found some random miscellaneous games like Tenchu. This was $10. I've never sold this before, but it was going for 30 after fees on Amazon. A little bit of a slow seller. PSP WWE All-Stars. I actually got a lot of WWE wrestling games on the PSP. They had good prices on them and should double up on just about all of them. Then I got a couple copies of Majora's Mask for the 64, the collector's edition. They were 50 bucks, so not cheap, but they are going for around 90 on Amazon, and I think they should move fairly quick. Then I also picked up Black 2. This is definitely a bolo. As you guys know, a lot of Pokemon games are really spiked right now, so 43 bucks, and I think the lowest listing, all of them are in collectible condition. Their algorithm is pulling a lot of the normal listings because it's saying that they're a high pricing error. But anyway, the lowest copy is over $100 on this game, so that was a good deal. Resident Evil Dead Silence. Never sold this game before, but I figured I would look it up, and it is going for, I think, over $40 after fees. Beautiful Joe on the PS2, I think, also was in the $30 range after fees. Then Raw 2 is a little bit of a slow seller, but that was going for like 40 after fees. So a lot of solid pickups. Oh yeah, then I also got a couple Mass Effect trilogies. These were a bit of a gamble. They're only going for about 25 on eBay, but on Amazon, all the listings are sold out. Or almost all of them are, and the lowest ones are over 100 bucks right now. So I figure maybe I'll throw this up there for 50 or 60 and, you know, just see what happens. But yeah, my next stop here is actually the Southside Flea Market. It's a video game booth in here that I found as I was doing my research. So we're gonna head in there and see what it looks like. This is the weirdest flea market I have ever been to. Well, as you guys just saw, this flea market here was actually really cool. So I'm glad I stopped in. I actually ended up getting a decent amount of stuff here. So let me fill you guys in. So I ended up spending $380 total at this location. Got some good stuff, as you guys can see already. Picked up a few of these special edition Wii Remote Pluses. I actually paid up $40 a piece for these. But the reason is these Bowser ones, I just sold one of these this last week for $115. Luigi, this one actually is brand new and should go for, I think, north of 70 or something like that. So those were a really good deal. You guys already know about the PlayStation 3 Move controllers. Paid 30 a piece for those and should get 60 after fees. Bought a few more wrestling PSP games because they were some of the more reasonably priced ones. He was haggling a little bit, but not much on a lot of the stuff. He was kind of looking it up as I was Talking to him, I told him that I had an online store. That's kind of how I go about negotiating in these contexts. Did get a new Bowser remote. Oh yeah, these guys, I paid 10 a piece for them, and should be at least a double up on all of them, although they're a little bit slow sellers. Then I got 2 copies of Head Coach 09. You guys probably saw me talk about this in a recent video, and except instead of paying $3 a piece, I had to pay up 20 bucks a piece, but I should be able to move them for 40 a piece after fees, so I'm all right with that. And then finally, I did get a new set of Joy-Cons. You can hardly find these at retail stores now. Paid $70 all in, and they should bring about 100 or so after fees on Amazon. So a little $30 profit there, but it'll be a super quick flip. So I'm pretty happy with how the day is going. 2 successful stops in a row so far, probably sitting at over $1,000 profit already on the day. So really couldn't ask for anything more. I'm gonna get some gas and some food before I go to any more, but I will bring you guys along as soon as I do. Well, just got done with stop number 3. It was another disc replay, and I'm really liking these disc replay stores. They have this thing that every disc-only game that they get in, they put in a case and like print off a fake like label for it, which not only makes the shelves way nicer, it actually also makes it way easier for me to go through and scan and look stuff up, because I don't have to type anything in. The barcodes are all there. So I really like shopping at this place, and the prices are not bad. The first thing that I picked up was the most expensive. It was a Wii U system for 120 bucks. Not quite as good as what I was paying at Game Exchange, but I am selling those consistently and very quickly at 300. So I think I can still double my money on that even after shipping and fees, which is nice. Picked up one more PS Move controller, a couple more copies of Tenchu. I'm starting to wonder if I maybe goofed on this game. I'm not sure. I mean, the sales rank looks good. It's 15,000 in video games, and the lowest listing on Amazon gets me $30 after fees, like merchant fulfilled, FBA, all of it. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens on these games. But the other ones that I got, I realized as I was in there for the first time that not only Skylanders Imaginators, which I've been looking out for in the past, picked up one of these for the PS3 and then another one for the Xbox One. The PS3 I think is going for like 20 something or so after fees, and this one's going for like 30 or something. But I also realized this time, picked up another copy of Minecraft that was nice and cheap, that the other Skylanders games on the Xbox are also doing fairly well. So I picked up 2 copies of Superchargers. These will bring, I think, 25 to 30 or so. And then Trap Team as well, which was $9. So I think this goes for maybe 20 or something. I think I can double up on all the Skylanders games. So, and I think also their sales ranks are all like in the 20,000-ish range. So I may actually pick up a few more of those later on in the day if I find them. But the ones that I have sold so far have gone really fast. So yeah, not a bad stop at all there. I think I spent $240 or $280 or something all in. And time to go to the next one. Well, man, that place was really cool too. It's called The Exchange, and they had everything that you saw like in those glass protected cases, which meant that they didn't actually have to search for the games or anything after I purchased them, which is nice. Ended up spending $180 there, so we're gradually going down and down as the day goes on, so we need to reverse that, but got a few good things. WWF No Mercy. This game is super spiked right now. Going for like over 50 bucks on Amazon. This one unfortunately does have some like paint splattering or something like that on there. I don't know if that's artistic or what, but paid $20, so that was a good deal. Also, finally got this 3DS XL, new 3DS XL, what I was looking to get the whole day, because I've sold a few of these at $277. This one I did pay up more than I really like to, 140 bucks, but I'm just figuring these are selling so fast for me. If I can get that same price, and I sold one just a few days ago, I'm gonna be making $90 on my $140 invested. A little less than that, because I actually opened up a rewards card here and saved overall $20 on my order. But one thing that I am learning more and more of recently is just the value of having quick moving inventory, and also the value of being willing to front more cash when you do have that available in order to get a higher dollar amount return, even though the percentage return might not be as good. So while I like to double my money on almost everything if I can, if it's a high dollar amount flip like this, like $90 in a single flip is really solid, especially for the time invested. If it's gonna move quick, I'm totally fine with that ROI. Then the last two things that I got there were these Star Wars DVDs. Actually, I think my first ever DVD flips on a resale ride. These I paid 20 bucks for the new one. It may be resealed though. I'm a little bit skeptical of this seal job. You guys tell me, does that seem legit? I'm not sure. It actually is ripped down here, so I wouldn't sell this as new anyway. And then paid $10 on this one. They should each go for 30 to 40 after fees on Amazon. So still have not had a strikeout yet today. I'm honestly feeling really good about it, and still have time to go to 2 or maybe 3 more before heading to my final destination. So let's get it. All right, folks, I just got out of my second location of the Exchange, and I scored big at this place. Not necessarily, I mean, I scored pretty good for resale, but I scored really good for my personal collection, which I honestly didn't really expect to do on this trip. Looking around at that place, given that like everything's in glass cases, it's like nicely labeled and everything, I didn't expect to find the best prices on like highly collectible games, but their prices were surprisingly good. So I'm gonna show you guys what I got here. The first thing here is this amiibo set. This will be to flip for the business. $35 is a really good price on this, because in new condition after fees, this goes for like 100 bucks. So I was really happy to find that, and surprised when I saw that in the case. Then I got a good number of games. They had a whole bunch of really well-priced PSP games. I don't know what I'm doing with PSP today. Also got this, I don't know, this was some sort of, I don't know if this is like Japanese Tomodachi Life or something like that. It was 10 bucks. It's a slow seller. The rank is over 50K. But it seems like, especially in complete condition like this, I should be able to get 40 or so. So this is an example of a game where I'm bending my sales rank rules a little bit, because the return is really good. It was $10 plus, because I bought so much stuff, they actually ended up giving me 15% off of everything. So this was like, you know, $8.50. Oh, I also was able to snag another handheld, a 3DS system here in really nice shape overall. Paid 100 bucks for this guy, this 3DS original. I normally get around 225 before fees and shipping on Amazon, so I'd say I can probably make, you know, 80 or 90 bucks on this guy, which is nice. Then the PSP games that I got were Formula 1, another slow seller there, but it was really cheap. Yeah, 8 bucks before the discount. Gran Turismo Driving Simulator, that was like $23 after fees, and I paid like $7. Street 3 for $8. not bad. That'll go for like 30, I think. NBA 2K10 10th Anniversary Edition. This was $5 and also goes for like 30 to 40, so great deal on that. Street Showdown on the PSP, $8. This was like 20 or something. And then Rock Band for PS3, this was $1 and is another fairly slow seller, but I think I should get like 20 or something after fees. So that was all of the boring stuff that like I'm just gonna sell online and make money and all that. But the stuff that I really got excited about, I'll show you some of this. Check this out. I mentioned in a video recently that I've been playing through Breath of the Wild, and it's just like, I'm just geeked about it. I know everybody else was geeked like 3 years ago, but I'm loving that game right now. And check out what I found. This gorgeous, what is this? Complete Official Expanded Edition Guide. Normally when you find game guides like this at used stores, they're beat up and they're nasty looking, but this thing is amazing. And especially since Breath of the Wild is very quickly becoming one of my top 5 games of all time, I was really happy to get this. But it does not end there. Check out this stack of Switch games. I think I'm gonna keep just about all of these because the deals were just really good. So got probably the worst deal of the lot, Batman the Telltale series. This one's normally like 20 bucks. It was 20 here. But 15% off, so I decided to throw it on the stack. I do not have that one yet. The Escapists Complete Edition. This was a really good deal, $25. It goes for like 44 after fees on Amazon. So then, you know, after the discount, we're looking at like 21 or 22 bucks for this, which is a really good deal, but I don't have it, so it will be staying in the collection. We've got Fate Extella, the Umbral Star. This is another same thing. I paid 21 or 22 bucks for it, and it goes for over 40 after fees on Amazon. This one I probably actually will sell. I'm just not a huge JRPG guy. We got, whoa. We got Celeste, brand new, a limited run Switch game at a used game store. These things are not easy to come by. I did not see any today at all, and you'll see I found a few today, which is crazy. Paid like 35 bucks on this, which is just about market price, but because I've never seen it in person before, I did pull the trigger on that. Also got Rhyme, which was like $13. Sonic Mania, also for 13. And then, these are the two craziest ones right here. Yooka-Laylee. This is a very expensive game. It goes for like around $80, I think, before fees on Amazon. I got it 15% off of 40, so like 35 bucks on this. Just really stoked about that find. It is a limited run game, so to see that just out in the wild is really cool, especially for such a great price. And then, this one was crazy, guys. Shelter Generations. This is a super rare game. They took the price tag off of it. Oh no, they didn't. $125. I was like, there's no way this game is worth that. And no way that I'm coming home with that, because that is kind of a crazy price. I looked it up. The lowest copy on Amazon is $300 for this game, guys. And I paid like, what did I pay? Like $108. Absolutely crazy. I'm sure eBay prices are more in the like $200 to $250 range, but still, for a super rare game, this was limited to I think like 3,000 or 5,000 copies or something like this. But to have something like this in my collection that I just found out in a game store, didn't even have to buy online, is really cool. And to get such a good deal is crazy. So I just spent like way too much money on stuff that I am going to keep for my personal collection. And let me tell you guys what the reasoning is that I use to justify it to myself, because I'm a person who is highly financially responsible. So I've always got to have a good reason for splurges like this. And I want to get your thoughts on this line of reasoning that I use. My line of thinking is, especially on these more limited and collectible games, I really don't see the value on them, since there are limited quantities going down in the future. I think they'll only gradually go up. I don't think it's going to be all that much. Like, I wouldn't go out and buy 10 copies of these. But especially when I can get a good deal on them, and especially when I'm getting them for even like half of retail, what retail price is right now, I don't expect that like maybe in 10 years or something I'll be completely sick of the Switch and I'll want to sell it. I think these are going to go up in value, so I don't really see a huge problem financially with sitting on something for a while that I do expect to at least not lose value. So if I'm getting a good deal on it now and able to sell it in the future, I don't think it's a huge financial sacrifice. But let me know if you guys really buy that argument, and if you have any ways of rationalizing bad purchases that I could maybe use for myself in the future. Well, everyone, the last stop of the day is in the books, and it didn't disappoint. Honestly, a pretty solid, I can't remember what I spent. Like two something maybe? I don't know. But I picked up this PlayStation 3, 160 gigs on this bad boy. Paid $100, should be able to get like $240, $250 for it. I will be sending this into FBA, as I just started doing this week with pretty much all of my consoles. Stuff that I know is going to sell fast and won't take up much space, like handhelds and maybe my Wii U. I'll probably just list merchant fulfilled, but these PlayStations will be going into the warehouse. Then I got some games as well. Of course, you know, I didn't pass up the PSP section because for some reason that's just been doing really well for me today. This is the first time I've ever bought this game, House of the Dead Overkill for Wii. Paid $12 and looked it up on Amazon, and it's bringing like $35 after fees, so learn stuff every day. Sometimes people will ask me, hey, how do you like figure out which games are good to sell and which ones to leave behind? And like, just like with that game, never seen it before, and it looked somewhat well made, not just like total shovelware, so I picked it up, scanned it, and that's how I figured it out. You just got to do that a whole lot of times. Then we have WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 08, already got a couple of those today. How to Train Your Dragon 1 and 2, actually. I paid $8 for that, and $12 for the sequel, and they're both going for over $20, so I don't know. Skylanders Superchargers, this one's also doing pretty well on Xbox One at least. I can't promise the same for all consoles. Then I also just picked up a copy of Wii Sports Resort. One of those I think was free because they have buy 5 get 6 free. This I just picked up because I wanted to bundle it with a console with Wii Sports that I already have and hopefully get a bit more money for it. Oh yeah, and then the last thing I got here I was really happy about was 3 more Wii Motion Plus Wii Remotes, and these were just priced at the same price as the standard ones, which is really nice since they're the special edition. Got a Peach one. That one also is really high right now. A Mario and another Luigi, and paid $30 a piece. So I don't know what it is with these trends today. I mean, I haven't bought one of these in forever. I traded for some not too long ago. But I think those should all probably be a double up at least. Peach will be definitely more than that. Whew. But yeah, thank you guys for coming along today. It definitely has been a whirlwind. But overall, just a great day of sourcing. This is pretty much what you dream of in terms of sourcing trips. Had a lot of fun just going in some cool game stores. Didn't have any strikeouts the whole day, and also picked up some really excellent collection pieces. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching all the way until now. If you haven't already, like and subscribe and all that, and I will catch you guys on the flip.